Hi guys, so I'm back. Got my sparkle on, 3-day hair because my hairdresser says that I shouldn't be washing my hair every day. It's not good for you apparently. So what do? You just get some Kirby grips and you whack it up. I hope you're all having an amazing day. I hope that you're finding the sparkles wherever you go. Yeah, we're having a really good day. I've had loads of sparkles today. I've had loads of positive things today, loads of amazing conversations with people, and just lots and lots of love. That reaching out is really important right now, isn't it? I'm going to do a Facebook Live. I'm going to do that about 9:30. And I really hope a lot of you can join in with that. Just, keep typing your sparkly questions and I'll try and give you some sparkly answers. I love doing these videos. I'm kind of getting into it now. And let's be honest, I'm absolutely bob on and talking to myself. And that's the thing that you'll find about us as well, because I like to do little voices. But today what I wanted to talk to you about was fear. So fear to me means two things: either face everything and rise, or forget everything and run. And most of us have subconscious drivers towards those things. So it's about the stories that we tell ourselves, and a lot of those stories are given to us 0 to 7, where subconsciously our little brains are being programmed. We are in what they call a hypnotic state, basically. So we are taking everything in: sight, sound, smell, taste, touch. We are taking in our culture. We are taking in our family's religion. We are taking in our language. We're taking in how to speak to people. We're taking in different moral values, and we're taking in all of those different beliefs as well. So what happens is, as we get older, we don't ever question them, or we never have the time to sit and question where are those beliefs coming from. So babies are not born with fear except for 2. Babies are born with 2 fears, which is a fear of falling and a fear of loud noises. Everything else is taught to us by everybody else around us. So, my grandma was scared of spiders. So at some point in my life, because I used to be scared of spiders, so at some point in my life, I'd see my grandma see a spider, scream, loud noise, and run away. So as a little person, I'm looking at my grandma going, okay, well, you're the grown up and you take care of me and you're scared of spiders, so therefore I need to be scared of spiders too. Probably at the weekend then my granddad would go, come on, let's go out on our bikes, go get your bike from the bike shed. And I go in there and there's a spider in there. So now I'm not just scared of a spider, I'm also scared of going in the bike shed. And then, Sunday night rolls around and Granddad says, right, come on, it's bath time. And we go in the bathroom and there's a spider there. So now I'm not just scared of a spider, I'm scared of going in the bike shed, and I'm now scared of going in the bathroom. And that's how our fears are built upon. So because the reticular activator, the part of our brain that's constantly looking out for confirmation of the evidence that we're telling ourselves in that moment. So when you're looking for a new car, and then all of a sudden you start to see those cars everywhere. If you're looking for a pair of trainers or, something, you'll start seeing those things everywhere, either in advertisements, or you'll start seeing them on other people walking down the street, or you'll see other people driving that car. And that's because you've set an intention of something that you want, and then your brain starts looking for that. It starts trying to gather that evidence for you that that's out there, that you're actually on the lookout for that. So for me, being scared of spiders meant that I was constantly on the lookout for spiders everywhere that I went. Now, I was really lucky and really blessed that halfway through my training, I went on one of Nick and Eva's Speakman's events. And they always have Craig with them. And Craig always brings lots of lovely little animals, tarantulas and snakes and things like that. And so they actually helped me to decipher where that fear came from, realize that it was an irrational fear. And now I actually don't see spiders anywhere because I'm not on the lookout for them. It's not on my reticular activator's radar. So right now, what is it that's on your reticular activator's radar? What is it you're looking for? Because I've said this before, if you look for the, you'll find it. And if you look for the sparkles, you'll find those too. So one of the things that I did when I first started my spiritual journey was I changed a lot of the pages that I was looking at on Facebook. So I changed it to positive pages. So most of the time my Facebook was just filled with lots of sparkles and lots of inspirational quotes and lots of things that were going to feed my mind and feed my soul, rather than seeing something negative. At the beginning of all of this, I know that my newsfeed was just starting to get bombarded and filled with negativity. And I noticed after the second week, people started saying, I just want to see something funny. I just want something other than what's going on right now. And that's right. That's a really good thing. That's a self-actualization that we need something that's positive. So our brains know what to do. Because if we are constantly in fear and we are constantly dumping chemicals into our bodies that are fearful, our nervous system and our parasympathetic nervous system are not working in harmony, and we are dumping those chemicals into our system and we're feeling like this all the time. So our bodies actually can't stay in that state for too long, and we'll start looking for different ways of doing things. So food is one thing that people will go for because it's a better feeling. Every single person on the planet is looking for a better feeling. Every single one of us. So if we're not feeling very good, you know, we'll go for food. We'll go for a drink. We will go for, I don't know, something that's going to give us a better feeling. Shopping gives you a better feeling. And it's not the stuff that is going to give you the better feeling. It's the thought of having it that's going to get you that better feeling. Food's a little bit different because obviously when we're eating, our bodies can't digest and feel scared at the same time. It goes back to that reptilian part of our brains where, you know, back in the ugh days, if you were with your tribe and you were sat down to eat, it meant that there was no danger. So when we're eating, our body is busy digesting the food, and it gives us that feeling of being calm and safe in that moment. So that's why a lot of people do the eating thing. I don't know what's happened to all of you guys, but my appetite seems to have gone right down. Don't seem to be eating loads, but that's not a bad thing. I'm eating enough. So when we're thinking about what's going on out there right now, what is the story that you're telling yourselves? What story is it? Is it a story of doom and gloom, or is it one of faith? Is it one of expectation? And is it one of I can't wait? So Pip, I know, is in this group, and she posted something on Facebook, and it was just so wonderful about what we're going to appreciate when we come out of this. How we'll never take for granted again, hugging our friends, going round to their houses, hanging out, sitting in the beer garden. And you know what? I think most of us will go and sit in the beer garden, whether it's raining or not, just because we will feel so just grateful that we're able to do that again. So I want to talk to everybody about the fears that they're having and the anxieties that they're having. And remember that that is just a chemical response to a thought that you've had that is then dumping chemicals into your system. So it's really important to either do your 3 deep breaths or move, go for a walk, look up, look at the light, go out for a walk, look at the sunshine. When you look up and you take in that light, your brain starts releasing serotonin into your system. So it's really important that even if you're not going out for a walk, that you at least get by a window or you go outside into the garden and just look up when it's really bright. The sun doesn't always have to be out for that to work. So it's about changing your state. Emotions are energy in motion. So we need to move and we need to change our state in that moment. Going for a walk will change your state. Jumping around will change your state. Doing a TikTok will change your state. I find that if I move around, I often feel a lot better about myself, and we all feel a lot better about ourselves when we're doing something like that. So what is the story that you're telling yourself today? Is it a positive story or is it a negative story? So there was a guy who said, if you tell people a story long enough and loud enough, soon enough, they will begin to believe it. And that guy was Hitler. So I know that the government have put this thing out today about fake news and all the negativity and saying that, you know, we need to start changing this a little bit now. And that's absolutely bob on. We really need to start thinking about what are the positives that are going on out there? What are the sparkles that are going on out there? So I've rambled on again. I'm going to jump online at 9:30. I'm really sending you loads and loads of love. I want you all to really think about the story that you're telling yourself right now. Because the truth is this, 0 to 7, everybody around you was telling you who you are. 0 to 7, everybody had an opinion about you. And that's been perpetuated over the rest of your life if you haven't stopped and asked the question, why? Why am I like that? So I was told I was clumsy as a kid. No, I wasn't. I wasn't clumsy, but I probably had a couple of accidents that then somebody said, oh, she's clumsy, that one, you know. One of the things that really impacted me and affected me was I was told to be quiet. Shut up, be quiet. Children should speak when they're spoken to. Children should be seen and not heard. And so it was a long time before I actually found my voice. So what are the things that have been told to you about you when you were younger? And I really want you to ask yourself the question, is that true today? Is that really true about me today? So 0 to 7, it's like we're born with this whole blank slate and the universe gives us a pen and says, just go for it, okay? But then everybody around us starts writing our story for us. And we don't know that we can take the pen back from them at any time and say, excuse me, think you'll find that's mine. And then we start writing and creating our own story. There are so many things that I've had to work through and look at and really break off things that people had to say about me. Because when people want you to behave in a certain way, they will say certain things about you. And when people are in fear, they will also say certain things about you. So anger is always fear's bodyguard. So if you have anybody around you right now that is angry, actually what they're doing, they're scared. They're really, really scared. And when somebody's sounding off at you or saying something, you know, a little bit uncomfortable or, you know, it might even be really cutting, they don't mean to say it. What they're really doing is they are telling you the story of their pain. They're telling you what they're feeling in this moment. And there's a lot of people out there that are feeling fear. And so I really want to help people to try and change that story around and look for the sparkles and to just really take a hold and take control of what's going on up here, because what's going on up here will dump chemicals into this and then we will feel it through our nervous system. So we do get to choose. We get to choose our thoughts moment by moment, and then those thoughts will create action. We need to have a goal. We need to know where it is that we're going. So whether that's you thinking about doing an online course, whether that's thinking about finishing a book that you started, whether that's about, you know, learning yoga or whatever that is, you now have some time to do that. And I would encourage you to do that, because Jim's right. Fear is always going to be a player in your life, but you get to decide how much. We all get to decide how much fear is going to rule over our lives. Because if you knew that nothing would ever go wrong, everything was always going to be perfect, what would your life look like? Who would you be? What would you do? Where would you go? What would your life look like? So I'm going to sign off right now so I can get ready and sign on to Facebook Live at 9:30. I'm hoping you can all join me. But if not, that's fine. I'm going to do another one tomorrow. And we'll see where we go from there. I am sending you all a huge amount of love. I need you to know that I'm sending every single one of you positive energy every single day because I can. I'm sending you lots of love and lots of sparkles. And if anybody needs to reach out to me, please just reach out to me because I am absolutely here for you. So I'm sending you loads of love and loads of sparkles, and I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye.